What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Warriors Report. It's time to discuss OG Anunoby's defense, which has been a huge part of the Raptors defense, and also just some of the areas he has been contributing in. Now, there was a release of the Defensive Player of the Year ladder, and you'd be surprised to see where OG Anunoby is. So for today's video, I'm going to break down some of the statistics that not a lot of people talk about when talking about defenses. I'm going to talk about OG's overall improvement on defense as well, and why he's the most slept on defender in the NBA. So if you're ready to watch this video, guys, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hit the subscribe button as well, guys, that'd be very much appreciated. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. And as you guys know, I do like to give out shout outs on my channel. And for today's video, the shout out goes out to GP. So GP, thank you so much for supporting this channel. For your likes and comments, it is very much appreciated. Now let's show you what the ladder currently looks like. The defensive player ladder is Giannis Antetokounmpo, Marcus Smart, and OG Anunoby. Now, while you can acknowledge Giannis's amazing defensive talents, Marcus Smart is a good defender, but you really have to question, are they just putting him up there because of the fact that he won last year? In fact, if you were to discuss defensive ratings, Marcus Smart is having the worst year defensively. In fact, his defensive rating this year is 116 compared to the Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's just 97, and OG Anunoby is 108. So I don't really understand different narratives around the NBA, but this video isn't about Marcus Smart. It's about OG Anunoby. Now let's discuss OG Anunoby because he has been doing a phenomenal job of getting steals. He's been reading offenses so well. He's been getting a lot of steals. He's had crazy games where he's gotten 5 steals in a game, which is crazy to think about. He's obviously leading the league in steals per game, and obviously his teammate is not too far behind him in Fred VanVleet, who's also been doing a good job. But we have to talk about some other statistics when we talk about defenses, because normally when we talk about defensive stats, the most important ones that are highlighted are usually steals and blocks and defensive rating, but there's so many other hustle stats that we don't really get to talk about. And some of the stats I really wanted to discuss here: loose ball recovered. Now, these are the hustle stats. As I stated, no one really discusses because you're giving that much more effort. You're diving for those loose balls, and look at where OG Anunoby ranks in the league. And it's no coincidence that he was getting a lot of Kawhi Leonard comparisons, was because they were very similar in the sense that they both came into this league known for their defense, not so much their offense. And while I don't believe OG Anunoby will ever reach the offensive talent that Kawhi Leonard is, their defensive talents are very comparable. Look at where OG Anunoby stands in terms of loose balls recovered at 1.4. He's 5th in the league at doing that. He's obviously putting his body on the line. He's really hustling on defense. And not only that, but even in deflections, which just goes to show you how much OG Anunoby has not only improved, but also reads the ball and reads the game so much better. OG Anunoby is just doing such a phenomenal job of getting those steals, and which leads to a lot of fast break points as well. It's been quite impressive what OG Anunoby's been doing. And personally, I've been really impressed, guys, with OG Anunoby. I'm not going to drag this video on for too long. This is something we're definitely going to revisit throughout the seasons when we have more statistics to go off of, more in-depth analysis and data as well. I think I've really been impressed with OG Anunoby in the sense that he has acknowledged that he's never going to be, realistically speaking, the number 1 or number 2 option on the Toronto Raptors offensively. So instead, what he has chosen to do is focus on the strong points of his game, which is his defensive game. And I've personally been really impressed with not only those steals, but just overall how you see him attempting more block shots as well. He's doing a good job of reading some of the players when they attack the basket, and you've seen that sometimes where he just comes out of nowhere and gets those blocks. So I've been really impressed with OG Anunoby, but there are a few questions I would like to ask you guys in the comment section. Now, give me one reason which could help OG win the Defensive Player of the Year award. I'm going to answer that for you guys. For my personal reason, I think one of the things that would really help OG really push him to that top of winning the Defensive Player of the Year award would be team success. Now, I say this because when you look at past winners, guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, guys like Marcus Smart, guys like Rudy Gobert, the reason they won it was their teams were respectively very close to the top of the conference. Now, if the Raptors were to finish 6th or 7th, I think that really hurts his chances in terms of not being able to win that Defensive Player of the Year. But compare that to if the Raptors were a top 4 team in the Eastern Conference, then all of a sudden OG is getting a lot more recognition. Now, moving on to question number 2, I also want to hear from you guys regarding this as well, which is one reason which could prevent OG from winning the Defensive Player of the Year award. Now, obviously, as I stated, it could be if the Raptors don't succeed well, but I'm actually going to say it's going to be his injury issues. He has had so many issues throughout his career, unfortunate injuries as well, but he's just been injured so often. And sometimes, obviously, when you're not playing 60, 70, 80 games, it's really hard to contend for awards, especially ones like Defensive Player of the Year awards. So again, those are my two reasons. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Which reasons do you think could help OG and what could prevent OG from winning the award? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, guys, I do have a trivia question for you today. And that trivia question is, since we're talking about defense, which of these players have won the Defensive Player of the Year award multiple times? Is it A, Kevin Garnett? Is it B, David Robinson? Is it C, Draymond Green? Is it D, Marcus Camby? Or is it E, Alonzo Mourning? So whoever answers this trivia question correctly first in the comment section gets a shout out in my next video. So that will be it for today's video, guys. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And if you have made it this far, make sure to hit the subscribe button, guys. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. We're about 200 subscribers away from that. So your support would be very much appreciated. Thank you once again, guys. And I hope you guys have yourselves a great day.